because James Gunn, I think he was on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast not too long ago talking about like Black Adam and Shazam and other things. And now he clarified some comments that he made. I think we'll find out in a second in the article if that's where he made it. But James Gunn clarifies Shazam and Black Adam comments. DC Studios chief James Gunn has clarified some recent comments he made regarding some DC films prior to the brand's relaunch under his purview. Specifically, he was chatting with Den of Geek about his new DC Universe's continuity and confirmed that both Black Adam and Shazam, Fury of the Gods, are not canon to the new DCU, including the appearance of characters from his Peacemaker series. In his comments, he says, they're not canon. I hate it. Though referring to the Peacemaker cameo appearance in those films, some took this to mean that Gunn was saying he hated both films overall. He has now clarified the matter on Threads. This is the kind of nonsense you have to look out for in these posts. I never said I hated either one of those films. I said I didn't like the way the 11th Street kids were included, as I don't think Harcourt was ever the warden of an underwater prison, and I don't think that Waller had anything to do with the Justice Society. Gunn also clarified that while the new season does deal with two different dimensions, it won't be the case of a Snyder's DCEU, Gunn's DCU split. He tells Rolling Stone, people are realizing that Peacemaker Season 2 is about two dimensions, and that's really the core of the show, but it's not as if one of those is old DCEU and one's DCU. That's dealt with in a different way, very upfront in a season where most everything in Season 1 is canon, and some things are not. I did a podcast with Steve Agee and Jen Holland, and we did every episode of Peacemaker. And in those episodes, I talk about what's canon and what's not. I basically clip off little things from Peacemaker Season 1 that aren't canon, like Aquaman, but most of the stuff is. Gunn expected to put in an appearance at Comic-Con this weekend with the second season of Peacemaker set to be one of the biggest panels at the entire convention. New episodes start August 21st on HBO and HBO Max. I think this is very confusing. I think this is, how do you choose? Well, that's canon. That isn't. That's canon. That part isn't. Like, how do you do that when it's a full season? Well, no, when you look at that particular thing, that's not. How do you, maybe they explain it, but I just find it to be bizarre. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it is confusing. I'm kind of not going to look too into it and just see what the movies or the shows that come next are presenting itself, and then just kind of tie it together in my own head. And if I have questions, I can go look at the internet and see what other people are saying. But I think that we're reading too into it. And I think that James Gunn, in an effort to be fully transparent with fans, which I do adore, and I think a lot of us do, but a lot of people, get rubbed the wrong way with him too. And I think that it's like becoming a little too confusing. It's coming out of a good place, but I think that they should just keep it pushing, and then if there's if the movies and the shows don't kind of justify questions for us, then I guess then is the time to answer the questions. Yeah. But I want to just see what it is. And it's like, I just doubt we're going to see stuff and be like, I'm confused. Yeah, he's just too good of a filmmaker to be like confusing like that.
Let's see how they do. I mean, the series is coming out really soon. So, yeah, let's see. We'll see how they put it together. But I also like that he clarified. So he's like, no, I'm not saying I hated those movies. I hated the way that they used the characters I'm using because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that Waller would be doing this. And so I guess he's allowed to, though, as the DCU filmmaker, to say like, well, that's clearly not canon. And I'll tell you right now that thing that happened in Black Adam never happened in my universe. It just didn't happen, though I wouldn't have made that decision. It's the Peacemaker stuff that he was in charge of that he has to now navigate into new Peacemaker Season 2. And maybe they do it well, maybe they do it poorly. I don't know. But what do you guys think about the comments that James Gunn made about it? Do you think it's confusing? You think it's not confusing at all? And like Steph said, will we find out when we find out? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Indacloud. It feels like you're breaking the rules, but it's totally legal and better for you than that third cocktail. You work hard. Maybe you deal with life sometimes, but do you still deserve an escape? Absolutely you do. That's where Indacloud comes in. They got gummies, they have flowers, they have pre-rolls, all federally legal, seriously fun, and just a few clicks away. Whether you're chasing better sleep, deeper intimacy, or just solid daytime relief, this is grown-up cloud chasing done right. So if you're 21 or older, head to Indacloud.co. You guys know, I'm always on the hunt for new gummies. And so Indacloud sent me some, and their flavors are incredible. I like it. I like that there's no hangover afterwards. I know there's no sketchy ingredients, just good energy, a solid buzz. And I just felt good. That's the whole thing. So it sounds like a loophole, right? It's not. Science. It's policy. And Indacloud is using it to deliver one of the oldest medicines known to man in the modern, fun, and absolutely dialed-in way possible. Over 50,000 people are already choosing Indacloud because feeling good should feel this easy. So if you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress because Indacloud is giving all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Use that code Kristian or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That is Indacloud.co, Indacloud.co. Use that code Kristian for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. Order now. Fill out their quick survey to support the show and enjoy the best part of your week. Brought to you by Indacloud.